Hello, children. Good morning. Hope you are fine. Last week we started with the chapter industry. Actually, we had done agriculture, and I told you there are three types of economic activity. The first one, the primary one, is agriculture. The secondary economic activity is industry, and then there is the tertiary activity, which we will do later. Industry is a industry is a secondary economic activity and is a group of manufacturers or businesses that produce a particular kind of goods or services. Then it is divided according to the classification that is based on raw material, size, and ownership. Raw material, again, we divide raw material into four types: agro based, mineral based, marine based, and forest based. Then we come to the size. That the two sizes, there are two small. The size of a industry could be a small scale or a large scale. Where in small scale, less amount of money is required, more labors are required, and the land that is required is also less. While in a large scale industry, a huge infrastructure, manpower, and huge amount of money is required to put into the large scale industry. Then yesterday we did two types of there are four types of ownership: public sector, private sector, joint sector, and cooperative sector. Public sector is owned by and operated by the government, while the private sector is owned by an individual. Ownership, joint sector is jointly owned by a government and an individual, while cooperative sector, the producer or supplier is operating on the industry on its own, and the profit or losses and the resources are also shared. Whatever the profit they have or the loss they have, it is already always divided among themselves. Then we did the factors affecting the location of industry, uh, like raw material, power, land, transport, labor, capital, and market. Now, today we will start with the topic some factors, some other factors which you will do in higher classes like water, climate, government policies, industrial inertia, efficient organization, banking facility, and insurance. Now, industrial system. Input, you have the input is where input means where you are putting your effort, that is capital, labor, and raw material. When these three are combined, then the processing start, that is assembly and maintenance and packaging and transport of things. Either it could be the processing, then it goes to the whatever is the outcome, it is the product, and the products give and the product gives us the profit. And at times what happens, this product which is goes to the customer, it gives us the feedback, and the again the processes is done again. Then industrial regions. Industrial regions are those areas where concentration of industries has occurred due to favorable geo-economic conditions. These are areas within which manufacturing industry is carried out on relatively large scale and employs a relatively large portion of population. That means the industry is concentrated in that area where there is a large economic where there is a large population, and so that you get cheap labor. The major industrial regions of the world are North American region comprising USA and Canada, European region consisting of the industrial region of UK, Germany, France, etc., industrial regions of former USSR, now Russia, Asian region comprising the industrial regions of Japan, China, India, etc. Other isolation industrial regions. Now, this means that this shows that where the concentration of more industries is more in which country or in which area. Like in Northern American hemisphere, it is USA and Canada. In Europe, it is UK, Germany, and France. In Asian region, it is India, China, and Japan. And earlier we could like it was USSR. So basically USSR was also in Asia, so we could take USSR in India, in Asia also. Then these are the world map of industrial regions of the world. See, USA, this where there is a lot of population, there will be more. Uh, there will be more factories here in if you see in India, Uttar Pradesh region, the population is more in this belt, so that we have more we have more factories in this region. Here it is UK, and here France and Germany. Okay, then again in this part of Africa, you have the industries there. Re- Now let us do risk reduction measures. Risk reducing measures include frequency reducing and comprising reducing activities and their combination. Now how to reduce the how to reduce the risk of loss in an activity? It is it is due by taking certain measures like frequency, by reducing the activities at times, and then making a lot of combination of activities at time. So this reduces the risk of uh, reduces the risk of loss. Now, steps for preventing industrial accident. Now, there are certain steps which we need to take for preventing the accidents that occur during the during the work that is going on, like proper safety measures, proper selection, safety conscious enforcement of discipline, incentives, safety committees, proper maintenance of machines, equipments, and infrastructural facilities, and safety training. So if you take certain precautions, that means that you are taking proper safety measures. Now you're properly selecting the area where more measures have to be taken, safety measures have to be taken, and there you can put some, say, a sign or symbol for showing that this is a dangerous regions and accident prone. Then safety conscious, may you have to create awareness among the workers that they have to wear helmets or uh, helmet and safety gears at all time if they are working under a heavy machinery. Enforcement of discipline, which is very important in every field. See, if you are just running here and there shouting, so there will be a lot of chaos, and this will lead to panic, and therefore we need to be very quiet, and there should be a discipline. Then to get good results, the workers have should be given some incentive like holidays, Diwali bonus, and some they should be made to participate in some extracurricular activities. Then every department should have a safety committee, like the packaging department should have one, the ones that are getting the raw material, they should have a committee, and so on. There are different departments we should have a different committee. Then the machinery should be properly maintained so that no mishap takes place. Even if the machinery is jammed, then it should be oiled, and the equipment or the handling should be in such a manner that the maintenance is very frequent, and the infrastructural facility like electricity, water, and bonus, hospital, they should also be there in the premises of the industry or the factory. Then every week or every fortnightly there should be a safety training program for everyone.